Hello everyone, and welcome to the 4th tri-monthly bingo event board reveal. Thank you all for showing up. And yes, for people who don't know, Wild did make the VTuber you're looking at today. Hello. We're gonna wait just a little bit here. But to recap, just so everyone understands, for this bingo event, it's a 2v2 tournament. And so we're having 8 different teams of 2 people, so 16 people in total. They're going to be facing off against each other in single elimination, with the first runs being starting this next week and going through to January. And so for each stage of the competition, that being the first 4 matches we're going to have in the next coming weeks, are all going to be running the same board, and that being the board we're going to reveal today. After these first 4 matches are done, we're going to reveal the next board, which will be done as Survivor. This first board will be done as Monk. And the last match that we're going to do, or we're going to get just before Downpour comes out, is going to be as Hunter. Now these boards are very interesting to actually make in this context, because we don't need to make it as hard as some of the previous stuff, because it's going to be hard enough when you're facing the other team and the other team gets a square and that locks it out for you, meaning that you can no longer get that square. So what it ends up being is that first team to actually get a row, column, or diagonal will win, or whichever team gets the most squares at the end, given there's 25 squares, will win. And so there's a lot of strategy of, do you want to go for the quick win? Do you want to go for the long-term win? You want to make sure that you don't accidentally not block a certain row, column, or diagonal. And so that'll all be things that you'll be thinking about. Yes, Merry Christmas. Just a week away. Wow. We're gonna wait just a little bit longer. Yes, hello everyone. Welcome. We're gonna get Rain World speedrunning Twitch affiliate. That's what we're going. No, not really. Right. Let me make sure this is good here. A little bit warbly for anyone else. It is the echo music. I hope it's not too much of a issue. Alright. Who's ready to see Rain World Bingo? Nobody? Nobody's ready to see Bingo? Oh, we can't wait for next week? Yes. Let's just wait a little bit longer. The bingo? I don't know. I don't think we're actually doing bingo correctly, I do have to say. I don't think this is how bingo works. Alright. Here we are. Hello, everyone. Bingo, do I win? No. So, art made by Wild. Everyone thank Wild for helping us out with making this amazing art. Yellow wheat. You may notice, we're still going to be playing as Monk. Some of these are not too bad. Some of these are pretty interesting, like feed 3 different deer at row 4, column 5. Well, that was fast. And then Dartmouth. Then we have some very difficult things, such as double spawn 2 regions. Maybe even take a squid cicada 2 regions away. Very time consuming. What is Monk Shelter? The Monk Shelter. The one that Monk lives in forever. Only Monk has the shelter. So there, for any of these shelters, you'll know that there's a lot that are broken. Mostly it's noticeable as Hunter, but there's one broken for Survivor that only exists for Monk, which is in Shoreline. Bring Hazer, the Monk shelter. But more smart. I feel like you guys will like this. I like how this board came out. And I'm very interested to see how everyone plays this when the other team can steal from you, essentially. Take different squares that you might not. You might be interested in actually getting. Probably going to end up with a lot of situations with either one team either completely dominating one side or one team just purposely trying to counter the other team. Does the Hazer drown? No. Also, if you put it in the shelter, the broken shelter, despite being broken, is still a shelter, and any items you store in it will stay over time. But if it's a tie, there's 25 squares, so one team will have more squares. Stare at this for a second. Whoa. Ringtail's a big centi. So big centipede will only pertain to 4 pips of food. I'll need to reread it again. We'll give you guys more information as time goes on. Yes, big centi is 4 pips. I'm reading it right now. So must give you 4 pips of food on eating it as well. Karma caching not allowed? It is not allowed. Do I win automatic? Do I need to go to a specific location? We're gonna have it so you win off of filling a row, column, or a diagonal. One other thing to note is that all squares, you can only get them if you save afterwards. And so that's only when they're going to be considered checked off when you actually complete them. You need to properly save, not starve. Additionally, both players cannot share progress on any square. So each square must entirely be done by a player. So when it comes to double spawn 2 regions, one player can't do one and the other can't do the other. It has to be both the same player. And yes, we're going to have the normal spawn location. We'll be getting you guys the save file for Monk, which is you going to be at Karma 3. So visiting depths is the only one that you don't need to save after. Yes. We will give you save file in just a bit. I just need to make sure it is all right before giving it to you guys. But it will consist of starting at Karma 3 as normal starting location, and you'll have the survivor passage already. Feel free to use passages as well, and then it'll be same rules for the speedrun. You cannot passage to a shelter you haven't already been to. Alright. We passed through a shelter our partner was on. Currently, we are not going to allow that. Also, one thing I do want to state, this is the only thing that I would be okay with for various reasons. We're playing as Monk, there are no colored pearls finna diet. And then 2, the only other mod I would allow that's not the color for the other ones that we allow, if both teams agree to it, you can use the Santa hat mod. Please understand that your game will probably crash. But this is your guys' choice. You can use input fix, but please don't use Santa hats. Please use Santa hats. Please, all of you agree to it and then have the game crash right when you need it to. Will it be a speedrunning bingo event for Downpour? Of course. That'll be happening for the Ring World anniversary in March. But this bingo event is going to be right before the actual Downpour comes out. New credits in it. It just makes it more likely because it changes a lot of stuff. Yes, whoa. Alright. If there's any other questions for people who are in the bingo, you can definitely ask, both in the general or in the runner channel itself. Who made the board this time? Ah, yes. So this time the board was made by A and B and Wild for a good amount of it. Casey helped for a good amount as well, and then Lara added some input. All of them helping out. Great. And Wild made the graphic that we have here today. Also, in terms of like speedrunning events, I just want to state that we might not do a bingo for the Rain World anniversary. We might do something else. It'll depend on how we feel about how Downpour is, because we have a lot of options once Downpour comes out. We might want to make it simple for the anniversary itself. Monkland for anniversary? No. Also, we're going to go back to the board here, because I was going to show off the actual art itself made by Wild. I think it came out very well to showcase different teams doing different stuff. We have the actual board as well. Blizzard put in town. No hazer for Monk Shelter. You'll never get it there. Can we stream snipe the other team and predict what they do? Please don't do that. But also, you'll probably get a pretty good idea of what they're doing anyway. You will be seeing the squares which they fill. Regardless. Is this happening tomorrow? So no, this is going to be multiple matches over a period of time. We can cut them off, of course. That's a big point of that, is you want to change your strategy. We will be posting when the next runs are going to be. The first one seems like it's going to be this Wednesday, and then we'll post when it's happening. But yes, for this board, there's going to be 4 matches, and then from those teams, there's going to be 4 teams moving on. And then there'll be another board, and there'll be 2 matches, and then 2 teams will move on. And then there will be 1 final board, and it'll be the final match. Very interested to see. Depending on how it turns out, we may intend to stop runs at the 2-hour mark. However, there's potential that we might not ever actually reach that 2-hour mark. But when it comes to this 2v2 setup, we'll see what happens. Alright. This is everything I had to show. If anyone else had any other questions, definitely let me know either right now or in the Discord itself. We will be providing the runners with the save file soon too. Alright. Thank you all for watching. I'm gonna check stuff and see what happened. Complete an objective, then crash on your way to shelter. Does that count a completer? Is not? No, it does not. You have to save. You tell us where you start in the save file. You will start in the normal location. Tell us where you start in the save. Oh goodness, with Karma 3 and with the Survivor passage. This reminded me, I need to make sure that this is saving VODs. It is. Okay, good. One last thing. We're gonna do this in one of these. You don't have to go through the raid if you don't want. Balagaga is a YouTuber mostly, but they're also doing Twitch streams. They're doing a lot of modded regions right now. And they've been doing Twitch integration on, off and on, so they might have a little bit of that on right now. You don't have to go through the raid if you don't want to, of course. But they're also going to be doing commentary for some of our runs. So if you want to say hi, you can. Alright. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to press raid now. Right now. Goodbye.